Welcome back to another episode of 40 Facts about the 40k universe. I am your host Gershwan and you are watching One Mind Syndicate. Today we continue talking about Tech Marines and the Iron Hands as we talk about the Iron Fathers. If you guys have any suggestions for other topics, please comment down below. Don't forget to put suggestion followed by whatever topic that may be. And we put out lore videos every single day, so be sure to subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. With that said, let's get into 40 facts about the Iron Father. An Iron Father is a specialist officer unique to the Iron Hand Space Marine chapter. The Iron Fathers oversees the chapter's spiritual health, but they also guide the Battle Brothers in their journey from a being of biological weakness to a warrior of rage and iron, making them a hybrid of a chaplain and a Tech Marine. One of the many ancient practices performed by the Iron Hands is their continued use of the rank of Iron Father. The first individual to bear this title were not the 10th at all, but were instead Enginseer mystics who maintained the Dark Age machineries of the Medusan clans. These original Iron Fathers wielded considerable influence thanks to their vital contributions to life on Medusa, and enjoyed positions in the hierarchy of each clan. When Primarch Ferrus Manus forcibly introduced his legion to the world they would call home, the rank of Frater Ferrum, or Iron Father, was adapted by those Battle Brothers whose duty was the care of the Iron Hand's weapons, vehicles, and armaments. Though the title has remained constant over the millennia, its meaning continued to change after the Iron Council's formation. By the dawn of the 41st millennia, it had come to be an honor, an additional title awarded to the esteemed individuals who were voted into the ranks of the chapter's Iron Council. Any Battle Brother of rank within the Iron Hands can become an Iron Father, from the Might Iron Captains, Iron Chaplains, and Librarians to the Apothecaries and Veteran Sergeants. Historically, though, the most common recipient of this honor has been the Tech Marines and Masters of the Forge, those Iron Hand warriors whose own duty echoes those of the Iron Father of old. Every Iron Hands clan company must always have at least one Iron Father amongst its ranks. Most will have more, and the word of these individuals will often be heeded by their Battle Brothers even over the higher rank officers, who are not themselves members of the Iron Council. Given the atypical nature of the Iron Hands chapter's dogma, it is not surprising that they espouse a highly divergent form of belief. Instead of the conventional chaplains fielded by most Codex-compliant chapters, the Iron Hands maintain a special cadre of officers known as the Iron Fathers. These individuals combine the qualities of both a chaplain and a Tech Marine. It is the Iron Father who administers and oversees the neophytes' ascension to full initiate, and who, along with the chapter's apothecaries, conduct the many and escalating cybernetic augmentations a Battle Brother undergoes through their service. The Iron Fathers are inspirational figures to their charges, shining exemplars of all that the chapter holds dear. They preach unyielding hatred for the foes of the Emperor, and promise that one day their lost Primarch, Ferrus Manus, will return to bring light to the benighted Imperium as he did to gloomy Medusa over 10,000 years ago. The Iron Father is considered the representative to the chapter of both the Emperor of Mankind and the Adeptus Mechanicus cult Mechanicus. Unlike the chaplains of other chapters, the Iron Fathers do not receive a rosarius from the ecclesiarchy because of their perceived heresy of the Iron Hands' belief in the doctrines of the Omnissiah rather than the standard imperial creed. The Iron Fathers are schooled in the mysteries of the machine cult to a far greater degree than the Tech Marines of most other chapters. Like all Tech Marines, they undergo a portion of their instructions under the supervision of a Tech Priest of the cult Mechanicus. Yet, while most Tech Marines maintain a mutually reserved distance from the cults of Mars, the Iron Fathers appear to have far closer links, and are schooled in the most obscure of disciplines. The use of Bionics is commonplace in the Imperium, yet the Iron Fathers are able to reconstruct the bodies of their charges, right down to the cellular level, replacing the tiniest of biological functions with far superior mechanical components. It is only by the way of the art of the Iron Father and the skills that they are taught by the Adeptus Mechanicus, that the Iron Hand Astartes may be transformed from a genetically enhanced warrior to something not far from a pure machine, without losing the essence of what it is to be a member of the Adeptus Astartes. A fully mechanized Iron Hand battle brother is far more than an automaton controlled by a scrap of gray matter. He is an unstoppable machine of war, fueled by faith and hatred, and utterly convinced of the truth of the dogma that the flesh is weak and that iron is strong. Iron Father Cardin Stronus is the de facto chapter master of the Iron Hands chapter. Of all the Iron Fathers to have led the Iron Hands chapter, none echo the glory of their Primarch Ferrus Manus more than Stronus. Since the loss of their Primarch, no single warrior has ever permanently led the Iron Hands. Instead, they are guided by the Council of Iron Fathers, who appoint one amongst their numbers to command, according to the needs of the chapter. So, it is that the Iron Father might lead for the course of a campaign for which his particular skills make him singularly suited, and while the war rages, he wields all the power and responsibilities of a chapter master. Upon the mission's conclusion, he succeeds power back to the Iron Council, who then calculates the next Iron Father to lead them. It is testament of Cardo Stranos' skill as both a warrior and commander that he has been reappointed as head of the Iron Council for more than 300 consecutive years. Known as the Maimad and the Bloodwrath, Altech Moore was both Iron Lord and Iron Father to the Iron Hands Legion's Morgloon clan during the Great Crusade of the 30th millennium. Moore held a sinister reputation within his legion. The dark rumors accompanied him long before the outbreak of the Horus Heresy, including whispers that the origins of their gene seed, or perhaps their bloodline, were not as they should be. A Terran by birth, he was part of the 10th Legion's first intake and fought in the reconquest of the Sol System. He held field command by the time of his Primarch, Ferrus Manus' discovery, having already developed a reputation both as a weaponsmith and a malevolent soul, having killed several Astartes of his own legion in duels over slights of honor. He ruled his company with a cruel and unforgiving fist. His clan became a sink for the outcast and the most unstable elements of the Iron Hands Legion, who fought and died under Moore's merciless command. No love was lost between Altech and his Primarch, but despite this, when his Grand Cruiser, the Red Talon, arrived on Isfahan V during the Dropsite Massacre, when the Void Battle was at its highest, he attacked in an attempt to reach the surface and was only driven off after sustaining massive damage. Fleeing the Isfahan system, dogged by murderous pursuit, he would eventually become the Patriarch and the first chapter master of the second founding Red Talon's chapter. Blantar is the Iron Father from the Kargul clan company. This inspirational figure embodied every one of the chapter's teachings, from the utter certainty that Ferrus Manus would one day return, to the hatred of all that is flesh. His knowledge of bionic enhancement is unparalleled, and his refinement of augmentation processes distinctly affects the direction of the chapter. He led the dramatic counterattack against the insidious Dark Eldar on the industrial world of Caladrone, rescuing the badly wounded war leader, Banus. Blantar personally performed the augmentative surgeries and augmentations that enabled the crippled form of Banus to survive and go on to lead his company for many centuries to come. In fact, Banus still leads his clan company as an ancient veteran dreadnought, and is an integral part of the chapter's current Great Council. Banus' wisdom and experience continues to serve the chapter to this day. Of equal legendary status was Blantar's disdain for his own organic body. Blantar consistently flayed his own body of the flesh he was born into, until eventually, towards the end of his extremely long and successful lifespan, only his mind remained. His mind was implanted into a towering frame of a mighty dreadnought, and some say that in doing so, his very soul was exploded into the machine system so that not a scrap of biological matter remained. Blantar serves as a permanent member of the chapter's Great Council, having transcended the limits of his flesh and effectively attained immortality. Should Ferrus Manus ever return, as the chapter says he will, it is certain that Blantar and any other who replicate his feat will be there to greet his Primarch and to fight at his side in the final battle. To this day, other Iron Fathers ritually scar their flesh in honor of one of the most renowned Iron Fathers of all time. Zuro is the Iron Father of the Iron Hands chapter, who is currently second to the Death Watch and has served as Master of the Forge for close to 8 Terran decades. He joined a handful of like-minded Inquisitive Death Watch Space Marines that have been drawn back to the study of nearly deserted watch stations, now known as dead stations, and the ancient traces of knowledge and prophecies they contain. These few members have since dedicated their lives to finally unraveling the enigma of the Jericho Reach, known as the Dark Pattern, a series of mysterious events that continue to unfold, presaged in numerous ancient prophecies, foretelling of great strife and darkness. Thanks to their interest in dead stations, their peers referred to them as Dead Cabal. Zuro was inducted into the ranks 50 standard years ago after he recovered a series of Eldar Spirit Stones. His passion for understanding and unlocking the knowledge contained within Xeno's artifacts drew the attention of the Inquisitor, Ramius, who had him reassigned to a permanent detail of the Dead Station Vigil. Since that time, Zuro has embraced the Dead Cabal and has dedicated his tenure with the Death Watch to studying as many Xeno's artifacts as he can. He is especially fascinated by anything related to the Necrons and has undertaken many missions based on the slightest inclination that there could be Necron activity involved. And those were 40 facts about the Iron Father. There's going to be more videos on Tech Marines, on Chaplains, and on the Iron Hand, so be sure to subscribe to the channel to get those videos. If you guys have any suggestions for other topics, please comment down below. Don't forget to put suggestion followed by your request for a video. And again, guys, thank you for liking, commenting, and sharing. If you want to support us a little bit more, jump on over to Patreon. A simple $1 a month helps us create more videos for you guys. We're putting out 2 a day, and it really helps out. If you can't, that's fine. Simply by liking, commenting, and sharing, hit that little notification button next to subscribe, because that tells YouTube that you want more content from us. And the month is coming to the month is going, it's rolling on, so a giveaway is coming soon for Xenos. Just out of curiosity, what type of Xenos race would you guys like us to do a giveaway for? Because we did say last month that instead of the Imperium, we were going to do a Xenos race, but what would you guys like? Necrons? Eldar? Dark Eldar? Let me know in the comment section below. But again, guys, thank you so much for everything, and I'll see you tomorrow. This was Gershwin with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.